that you have absolutely no idea where Charles might be?
Well, I presume he's on his yacht somewhere in the Mediterranean. Why do you need to know? What's so important?
I've had 2 phone calls this morning. One from Sir Edward and another from the Department of Trade and Industry. Why are they both trying to trace Charles so urgently?
Why didn't you ask them?
I'd prefer a straight answer from you. What the hell is going on?
Avril, as I recall, you and Charles parted the best of enemies. Now, you may control Relton, but as far as Fair Holdings is concerned, you have no standing whatsoever. So, with the greatest respect, whether something is going on or not is no damn concern of yours.
Oh, no. Charles still owns a large percentage of Relton shares. I do not want to see them suddenly flooding the market.
I see no reason why that should happen.
Well, I do. This court case of yours that's about to come up.
It's ridiculous. Someone's just got their facts wrong.
Oh? Charles has always enjoyed playing with fire. Only this time, I think he's about to get his fingers burnt.
I really do advise you not to start spreading that rumor about Avril. Feminine intuition, however admirable, is a poor defense against slander.
You seem pleased with yourself.
Yes, I am. I've just been propositioned.
Proposition? 4 o'clock in the afternoon? Ridiculous.
By a Frenchman.
Oh, well, that explains it.
Well, all right, so you refuse to be jealous, but you might at least show a little curiosity.
Okay, providing he's smaller than me, I'll even challenge him to a duel. Who was this upstart?
Paul Dimitri.
Oh, on TBOx.
We met him at Charles Freer's place.
I was a member of that consortium.
Yes, he's offered me a job. Seems he was impressed.
Well, so he should be. Well, they're an excellent firm. Make first-class boats.
I know, I was flattered.
And what did you say?
Don't ask stupid questions. Confirm one thing, though.
Oh, what's that?
I'm being paid far too little.
Oh, well, at the Mermaid Yard, we all work for love.
Talking of which, why don't we eat at my place tonight?
Ah, I'm sorry, something's come up. I had a call from Jan.
Ah. I see.
I don't think you do, Emma. It's Leo. It seems he's rapidly disappearing down a large black hole. Now, Jan's done all she can to snap him out of it, but with Kate away in France, she's obviously got her hands full. So I suggested that Jan and I take Leo and Abby out for dinner.
Be quite like old times for both of you.
Emma, Jan and I may have parted, but neither of us have parted from our children. And we never will.
I know. I'm far too possessive for my own good.
Maybe I could drop by later.
For an after-dinner mint? I don't think so, Tom. I'll see you tomorrow.
That was a long lunch, Ken.
Don't jump to conclusions, Vicky. It was a short lunch. Short, but highly enjoyable. Now, I spent most of the afternoon in Southampton, doing someone a bit of good.
Well, doing someone a bit of good obviously agrees with you.
Has a habit of rebounding, yes. Any messages?
Just the one. Miss Rolfe. Now, she said she can meet you tomorrow at, about noon at the yacht club, if that was convenient to you.
Tell her yes. It's probably a waste of time, but it's worth a try. Did you check on that list of boat builders I gave you?
Yes, and so far, no one's interested in selling.
Well, you mark my words, Vicky. By the end of the year, Leisure Cruise will be producing its own boats.
Oh, I believe you. I may only have worked here one week, Ken, but I have noticed you do, tend to get your own way.
In the end, yes. Well, it's time to shut up shop. Fancy a drink?
Boyfriend's waiting.
Ah, I'll have a good time.
I will. See you in the morning.
Night, Vicky.
Hello, Bill.
Well, home is the sailor, home from the sea.
Yeah, well, for that you can make it a large one.
You heard what the man said.
Bill, do you know what I've been doing this afternoon?
I won't even try and guess, Jack.
Thinking on the nature of growth, responsibility, and obligation.
Oh, that. Yeah, I do it all the time. Here, that'll slow you down.
No, I'm being serious, Bill. I'm being serious. Now, you take the owner of that Harrison Butler boat.
You mean Mr. Fordham?
Yeah. The guy with the limited budget. How long has he been with us?
I don't know. Must be donkey's years.
Exactly. He was with us when we were struggling to keep our heads above water. I mean, he could have taken his business elsewhere, but he didn't. He stayed with us and paid his account, right?
Yeah, but Jack, all that's past history.
Wrong, Bill, wrong. It's all part and parcel of the present. We survived because of the likes of it. So listen now. I want you to do a proper job on his boat, right? And only charge him what he can afford.
Oh, Jack, you can't run a yard like that. We'd be bankrupt in no time.
I don't mean everyone, you silly old sod. Just him. But don't tell Tom. Keep it quiet.
I don't know how we've lasted as long as we have.
Yeah, I'll tell you why we've lasted. Because we're craftsmen, you and me. But unfortunately, we are a dying breed. Cheers. Same again, Arthur, please.
Won't be a minute, Jack.
How good your memory, Jack?
Total recall, Bill. Why?
Proud lady. 31-footer. Mahogany on oak.
Oh, yeah. The one we built for Dr. John Radcliffe.
That's right.
Oh, beautiful boat, Bill. Beautiful boat. What made you think of it?
Up for auction tomorrow.
Oh. Well, I might go along and see the old girl.
I wouldn't bother, Jack. She's in a hell of a state. Needs a lot of loving care. Probably go for a song.
Oh.
I'm off then.
Oh, yeah, well, have a good evening.
You thinking about Polly?
Look, I know you haven't heard from her for a while, but you really mustn't worry. I'm quite sure she's doing everything she can to get William back. She's a very clever lady.
I know, I was worried about you.
Well, then, I have a very good lawyer.
Supposing it goes against you?
Well, then, I go to jail.
Bill!
Over here, Jack.
Oh. I thought you said you'd go for a song.
Oh, we did the auction, have we? Well,
20 grand.
you must be joking. How'd you reach that figure? Oh, no.
Yeah, well, I got carried away, didn't I?
12 top whack. And you paid
Now,
20...
calm down a bit. Calm down a bit, Bill. I didn't get it. Someone else did, right? You'd have just gone on and on.
What fool would pay that sort of money?
I don't know. I didn't get the name, but I got the address. Local. I thought I might pop over there and show them the original plans. Gesture of goodwill and all that.
No, don't go taking on any more work, Jack. We're full up. Hey, come on, lad. You've missed that bit there. We'll never get this job finished.
Ah, hello, Ken.
If my memory serves me right, dry white wine and soda.
Fine, memory intact.
Good. Cheers.
Cheers.
How's Leo?
On the mend.
Good. I've tried to see him a couple of times, but he really didn't want to know.
Not surprising, really. Is that what you wanted to talk about?
No.
Good. And I do hope you're not going to resurrect that idea of a merger again, because if you
After all, you are talking to a man who owns a lot of rotten shares.
4%.
Well, enough to bar the door if a predator starts to pry.
Anyone in mind?
Well, I can't see Charles Frere letting you take over his company without fighting to get it back, can you?
Your concern for my safety really touches me, Ken.
Good. Because I think I can do a bit of good. You see, I'm going into production.
There's no justice in the world. You haven't changed a bit.
Laura, good to see you. Oh, I'm sorry, let me introduce you. Ken Masters, Laura Wilde.
Oh, how do you do?
Ken Masters. Leisure cruise. You won the powerboat championship, didn't you?
You're very well informed. Laura Wilde. How do I know that name?
Wilde Mouldings.
Oh, yes, of course. Very fine company.
I hope to make it better, but thank you, Mr. Masters.
Oh, Ken, please. Would you like a drink?
No, I shouldn't have butted in. I've arrived far too early. You two carry on.
Laura and I are going to have lunch. Catch up on things.
Oh, well, in that case, I better leave you to it. I'm sure we'll meet again, Laura.
I'm sure we will, Ken.
I'd count your fingers if I were you, Laura.
Oh, bad as that, is he?
Very greedy for power is our Mr. Masters.
Well, that's something I got used to in the States. But it does create a rather special energy.
So,